Once, in a great big sky of blue, there was a little cloud. He was a very small cloud, as soft and white as a bunny's tail. He just floated along, a tiny puff in the endless blue. All around him the other clouds were busy and grand. They stretched and puffed themselves into wonderful shapes. They filled the sky with their playful games. The little cloud watched from far away, feeling very quiet and very small. He wished he could be big and important too. One big cloud became a fluffy white rabbit with long, floppy ears. The rabbit cloud hopped across the sky, chasing a playful breeze. Another, even bigger cloud became a grand ship with tall, puffy sails. The ship cloud sailed on an ocean of air. The little cloud watched the rabbit hop. He watched the ship sail. He tried to puff himself up. He tried to make a shape of his own, but he was just too small. All he could be was a little wisp, a gentle drift, a tiny, lonely puff of white in the vast, bright blue. Then, a whole family of clouds gathered to build a castle. They formed a magnificent castle with tall towers and soft, swirling walls. It looked like a palace for a sky king, grand and mighty. The other clouds cheered and danced around the cloud castle. But the little cloud just floated by. He was too little to be a tower, too small to be a wall. He felt a bit lost, a bit sad, a quiet little cloud with no special shape to make, and no exciting game to play. So he drifted. He drifted past the rabbit cloud. He drifted past the great boat cloud. He drifted under the shadow of the giant castle cloud. The sun shone warmly on his soft, fluffy back, but he didn't feel sunny inside. The big blue sky was so very big, and he was so very small. He sighed a tiny, misty sigh that was too quiet for anyone to hear and continued to float along, all by himself in the wide, open air. As the day grew older, a change began to happen in the great, big sky. The bright, strong blue started to soften, like a favorite blanket after many washes. The sun began to dip low, yawning as it prepared for its own bedtime. It painted the edges of the world with sleepy colors. First came a soft, rosy pink, the color of a seashell or a baby's cheek. It spread gently, touching the bottoms of all the big clouds, making them blush. The little cloud felt the warm pink color wrap around him too. The pink slowly deepened, melting into a lovely, warm orange. It was the color of a ripe peach or a cozy fireside, and it made the whole world feel sleepy and calm. The little cloud looked down and saw tiny lights begin to sparkle in the windows of houses, like fallen stars. The air grew cooler and the colors in the sky grew deeper, shifting from orange to a soft, dusty purple. The little cloud felt the stillness settle all around him. He floated peacefully in the beautiful, changing light. The pink and orange and purple swirled around him, a soft, silent dance of colors. He was still a very small cloud, but in the quiet of the evening, being small didn't feel so sad anymore. It felt peaceful. He was a part of the calm, a part of the gentle end of the day. The little cloud looked around the dark night sky. One by one, the stars appeared. They twinkled like tiny diamonds on deep blue velvet. They were bright and beautiful, but their light was a little sharp, a little lonely. The little cloud remembered the moon's words. He thought about the children in the houses below, looking out their windows. Maybe the stars were too bright for sleepy eyes. Maybe the dark was too big for small hearts. He floated gently toward a cluster of the twinkliest stars. He didn't try to make a shape. He just let himself be soft and fluffy. He stretched himself out, ever so gently. He became a light, soft blanket. He didn't cover the stars completely. He veiled them. Their sharp light softened into a gentle, dreamy glow. The stars twinkled peacefully from behind his soft white fluff, like little nightlights peeking through a cozy curtain. He had found his purpose. He drifted from one group of stars to another, wrapping them in his calm, soft embrace. He became a sleepy blanket for the sky. Below, children in their beds looked out and didn't see a big, empty dark. They saw friendly stars twinkling softly, tucked in by a little cloud. His job was to bring calmness to the night and sweet dreams to sleeping children. He floated peacefully, a soft white guardian in the quiet sky. And now, my dear, as you close your eyes, perhaps you can see him. The sleepy little cloud floating gently, making the night sky cozy for you. Sweet dreams. Good night, little dreamer. May the sleepy cloud watch over you too.